This video should be used as a supplement to the operator's manual. Read and understand the contents of the operator's manual before using the mower. Before removing the mower from the crate for assembly, inspect the crate for any obvious signs of shipping damage. Lift up the protective plastic covering the mower and look for any flat tires or other cosmetic damage to it. If you find any damage to the mower at this point, contact your field team support at 330-558-7921 and explain what you have found. Cub Cadet mowers are shipped in wooden crates that are either returnable or disposable. Returnable crates have printed instructions stapled to the crate that describe how to disassemble the crate and return them to the factory. You will need a 9/16" wrench or a socket and a No. 3 Phillips screwdriver to disassemble a returnable crate. A disposable crate, on the other hand, is assembled using a combination of staples and hex screws or Phillips head screws. These tools will be useful for disassembling the crates. A heavy hammer, a large pry bar, a battery-operated drill, and bits for a 1/4" hex socket and Phillips screws. Side cutters or heavy-duty scissors to cut any tie-down straps. A utility knife to remove plastic wrap. For assembly of the equipment, you will need a 3/8" drive ratchet set that includes a 1/2" deep socket, 9/16" deep socket, a short extension for the sockets, a set of wrenches that include a 7/16, 9/16, 3/8, 5/8, 3/4, 1/2", and 1 1/4" wrench. Rags or shop towels to check oil or wipe off the equipment. A 6" rule or small tape measure. You will also need a tire inflation gauge and compressed air source with a chuck to set the tire pressure. This rider is shipped in a crate that is assembled with 2x4 lumber, metal brackets, carriage bolts with nuts, and metal braces. All nuts to be removed are standard flange nuts. Nuts that do not need to be removed are locking flange nuts. Remove the flange nut and carriage bolt, securing the rear brace to the crate top. Push the brace down to the crate base. Remove the flange nut and carriage bolt, securing one of the side braces to the crate base. Rotate the brace up and secure it in place along the crate top by tightening the flange nut. Remove the flange nut and carriage bolt on the other side brace and secure it to the crate top. Remove the 4 flange nuts and carriage bolts securing the crate posts to the base. With a helper, remove the crate top and set it aside. Remove the protective plastic film from the rider. Locate the operator's manual and review the setup instructions for the mower. If you do not have your operator's manual in hand, please visit cubcadet.com and enter your model and serial numbers to locate a viewable document of the manual. Cut and remove any bands that secure the rider to the crate base. Raise the cutting deck to its highest position. Disengage the parking brake. Engage the 2 transmission bypass rods at the rear of the mower. With a helper, roll the mower off the shipping crate base. Disengage the bypass rods. Check the tire pressure in each tire. All tires are overinflated at the factory during assembly and may need air to be removed from the tires. The correct tire pressure requirements will be on the sidewall of the tire. If the unit is rejected due to flat tires, contact the manufacturer. Place the steering column in one of the 2 positions and secure it with the hex screws and flat washers that were in the manual bag. Remove the hardware for attaching the steering wheel from beneath the steering wheel cap. Carefully pry off the cap and remove the hardware. With the front wheel of the rider pointing straight ahead, place the steering wheel onto the steering shaft so the spokes in the steering wheel are lined up. Secure the steering wheel to the steering shaft using a flat washer, Belleville washer, and hex screw. Place the steering wheel cap onto the steering wheel and push on it until it clicks into place. The seat is shipped with the seat switch and seat pan attached. Cut any straps securing the seat assembly to the tractor. Remove any packing material. Be careful not to cut the wiring harness connecting the seat and the seat switch. Remove the 2 shoulder screws in the seat pan. Rotate the seat into position and secure the seat into place with the previously removed shoulder screws. Be careful not to crimp or damage the wire harness while installing the seat. Push the excess wire from the wire harness into the seat box hole. If the discharge chute is propped in the up or shipping position, remove the shipping brace by holding the chute with one hand as you remove the shipping brace with the other. Carefully lower the discharge chute down. If the rider has been shipped with the discharge chute removed, attach the chute using the supplied fasteners. Follow the instructions written in the operator's manual. Connect the battery cables. If present, remove the protective plastic covers from the battery terminals. Attach the red positive cable to the positive terminal on the battery using the hardware provided. Place the red protective rubber cover over the positive terminal. Then connect the black negative cable to the negative terminal of the battery. Be sure not to bridge the gap between the positive and negative terminals with your wrench. Check the cutting deck to confirm the deck is level. The blade tip height will have to be checked from front to rear and side to side. With the engine off and the power takeoff PTO lever disengaged, place the deck height lever in the middle position. To measure front to back pitch, wearing gloves, carefully rotate the cutting blades until one of the blades is parallel with the frame. Caution: the blades are extremely sharp. Be certain the mower deck is free of any unnecessary objects. Using a tape measure, measure the height from the front blade tip to the ground and the rear blade tip to the ground. The front tip of the blade should be 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch closer to the ground than the rear tip. Adjust the length of the front deck hanger bracket to change the height of the blade tip. Lengthen the hanger bracket to lower the blade tip or shorten the hanger bracket to raise the blade tip. The deck should be level from side to side and is changed using the adjuster on the left rear side of the deck hanger bracket just below the frame. Again, wearing gloves, rotate the cutting blades so they are perpendicular to the frame of the tractor. Measure the blade tip to the ground on one side of the cutting deck. Then measure the blade tip to the ground on the other side of the cutting deck. Both heights should match. Loosen the small hex bolt securing the large hex height adjuster to the hanger bracket. Turning the adjuster clockwise raises the left side of the deck, while turning it counterclockwise lowers the deck. Make small adjustments and measure the side-to-side height. Repeat until the deck is level. Tighten the hex lock nut when finished. Check the oil level in the engine. Remove the dipstick and confirm that oil is indicated near the middle of the hash marks on the dipstick. Add oil if necessary.